Still no one here? Oh, there we go. There's some people. How is everyone doing this fine evening? Let me plug this phone in so we don't go dead. Is that charging? Hold on. It's charging. Oh boy, how is everyone doing tonight? Once again, I'm doing a live stream on a Tuesday. I have some family coming into town, so I'm just going to do it early this week. Next week we'll probably do Thursday. Hope everyone is safe in this terrible winter storm. Hang on, I'm gonna make sure my drone batteries are charging. Keeping drone batteries charged is very frustrating. Sean Defoe says, "Ever visited the San Diego Zoo?" I have visited the San Diego Zoo. So yeah, there has been a couple zoos that I have done. We did the I did the San Diego Zoo because San Diego Zoo is it's a pretty well known zoo. So we decided to do that, and then other zoos I've done the Brookfield Zoo and the Milwaukee Zoo. And then most recently here we did the Knoxville Zoo. Birmingham Zoo is good. I've gotten some good suggestions about future zoos. Seems like most people are open to seeing some zoos sprinkled in every now and then. Ever considered Kalamazoo? That's not a zoo, that's a city. Geshmaki, thank you for the super chat. It's good evening, Jacob. Great to see you here looking healthy, wealthy, and wise. I may be one of those things. Yeah, Ryan, those chimps, they had ripped muscles. They looked like they've been working out. Those were some Knoxville chimps. They looked like they were some old chimps. They're all gray, patchy hair. I think the older a chimp is, the grumpier they are. Shayway Tech says, "Your Grave Face Museum video has us planning a trip to Savannah next month." Well, tell them the Carpetbagger sent you. Ryan Graveface, great guy. Really cool. But yeah, I really, if you go to attractions that you see first here on this channel, I'd really appreciate it if you just let them know where you heard about it. Because I like people out there know that I'm spreading the word of great attractions. I do narration of the gorillas again. I'll work on some more gorilla narration next time I'm at the zoo. Yeah, I have seen that Guntown Mountain is for sale. It's about $700,000. I don't have $700,000. I don't know if any bank in their right mind would give me $700,000. Chapane Isumo says, "You ever been to San Diego Zoo?" I have. I mentioned that earlier. That I had when me and Adam the Woo were in. Where were we? San Diego. Oh my gosh, when we were in the San Diego area, Um, I decided to swing by and check out the zoo because Geshmaki, thank you for the super chat. Says, okay, I'll amend my statement. Great to see you online looking healthy and wise. Well, thank you. J. Ram says, you mean you're not a millionaire being a YouTuber? It's a lot of people seem to believe it. It takes, I mean, it takes a lot of views. It takes a lot of interaction to make money on YouTube. Now, obviously, I make enough where I can do it full time. I no longer need a day job, but you know, it took a long time, and it still probably makes it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think I make, but you know, it's hard. You gotta keep the views coming in. You gotta keep feeding the beast. Got something sticky stuck to my tripod here. Trying to get that off. How long have I been on YouTube? I think 8 years now, technically. Maverick and Stein says, do you think when the border reopens, you would ever visit Canada again after your previous incident? Oh, I've been back to Canada. I've already been back since the incident. I was allowed in, but there's like a thing that, you know, obviously they go through my car a little extra. I'm going to get stopped every time. But, you know, I don't know, nothing to hide. Brandy Rose, thank you for the super chat. Says, you, your family, and friends have given us so much happiness over the last couple of years. We are sending lots of love and light from California. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. And hopefully things will be looking up in California. Hopefully they'll be safely reopening some things there soon. What happened in Canada? Well, I have a video, but in short, I was briefly detained at the Canadian border. I had what was it? It was a flashlight with a taser attachment onto it. So it made a little flashlight. Not allowed. That's illegal in Canada. You can't having that. So it was a little kerfuffle. They charged me $350, I think. I always get confused. I forget how much it was exactly because it was in Canadian. It was either $500 or $350, and but you live and you learn, and I definitely learned something that day. The most emotional exhibit I've ever seen in a museum. I mean, depends on what emotion you're talking about. I mean, clearly like the Holocaust Museum or the 9/11 Museum definitely are really moving experiences in a very but you know, it's a different way. I mean, a different way than some other museums might move you. Visiting Auschwitz went well. I will definitely would visit Auschwitz. I don't know if I'd make a video there. I don't know. It's hard. I made, like, when I went to the Holocaust Museum in New York, I made a video, and I just never put it out. I uploaded it and just never put it out. I don't know. I just don't know if it's my story to tell. I did put up my video of the 9/11 museum. I try to be as respectful as possible. I did not monetize it. I do want to visit Riot Playland, but there's not a lot of word on. Yeah, I definitely don't want to make money off a tragedy. That's not what I'm about. Someone asked a question. I was trying to got detracted there for a second. Would I consider putting up the video? I mean, there's nothing in the video that's. I mean, I don't know. Osh Popham, thank you for the super chat. Don Park's House of Wonder in Phoenix, Arizona. That is something I've not heard of. Anything that has the word wonder in the title, I'm generally down for. Let's see. Don Park's House of Wonder. I'd love to go back. The Oklahoma House of Wonder. Looks like he's already changed so much. Looks like he's got Muffler Man. Oh, I was saying something about Riot Playland. Yeah, New York. Oh, I think I missed a super chat here. Alyssa Wynn said, thank you so much for your very generous super chat. Yeah, New York, there's been no news on when they're going to be allow theme parks are opened. The government has not made any statements about it, so yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, I don't want to get ahead of myself. There's no telling what's going to be open this summer, what's not. Right now, things look pretty good. I mean, the rate of COVID is going down. The vaccine is being distributed, so we'll see. Hopefully, we have a very full summer, and hopefully, maybe we'll just have a full-on Halloween. Who knows? Maybe Halloween will be back to normal. God's man, I was gonna go to Canobie Lake in New Hampshire last year, but for some reason their dark ride was not opened, so I didn't go. It was marked as not being opened yet on their website, and then I sent them a message trying to ask them, and they gave me a really generic response. Brandino Heed, thank you for the super chats. Is there anything east of the Mississippi similar to Meow Wolf? East of the Mississippi. Let me see. I have to see where the Mississippi is. No. What is my opinion of a lot of governor issued state of emergencies? I mean, I don't know enough about them. I mean, here in North Carolina, I think things have been pretty fair. There's a couple things I disagreed with. I did think there were one thing that got to me was they let retail open, they let restaurants open, but they kept museums closed, and I'm like, well, that's kind of bogus. Ever been to Calico Ghost Town? Yes, I have. Otherworld in Ohio is a bit like Meow Wolf. Yeah. It's that would probably be the closest thing east of the Mississippi is Otherworld in Columbus. It's not Meow Wolf. I like Otherworld, but it's not Meow Wolf. And what's it have? Trying to think of interactive art installations. There is Factory Obscura in Oklahoma. Where is that at? Oklahoma City, maybe? Ryan asked, would I like to visit Liberace Mansion? I don't know a whole lot about Liberace, to be completely honest. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not like a celebrity person, if that makes sense. Oh. Kelsey Srajas has never been to Otherworld and live in Columbus. What you waiting for? Laura Alfonso, thank you for the super chats. My husband and I love your videos. We ever stop in Tampa, Florida? I think I've been to Tampa a couple times. I'm trying to think what I've done in Tampa. Tampa. Went and saw Winter the Dolphin. Do I have any autographs? I don't really collect autographs. Do people still collect autographs? Oh. I thought selfies were kind of the new autograph. Missed out. There was a wrestling exhibit at the Tampa Bay History Center. I did not even know about that. Bummer. If I'd have known that, I would have made a point to go there. What do I collect that aren't oddities? I have a collection of Moldoramas. Probably the biggest thing I collect. Chris, rail fan, asked I'm planning on going to the DC Zoo. I was going to go to DC a while back, but there just wasn't enough open. So many things in DC are still closed. I'm going to wait at least until the Smithsonian's are back open. Christopher Cook says, hey Jacob, please plan. Oh, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Please plan to come to visit Hullabaloo, my new pop-up exhibit of sideshow freaks and oddities, open in September in Lexington, in Lex, South Carolina. Where's Lex, South Carolina? I would definitely love to check that out. It sounds very cool. Lex, South Carolina. Brandino Heat says, thank you for the super chat. Says going to the City Museum, first time Saturday. City Museum is amazing. I would say City Museum is like Meow Wolf, but City Museum is kind of its own thing. It's much more tactile. Meow Wolf. Nikolai says, is it kosher to trim excess plastic off of Moldorama figurines? Oh, yeah. I think that just as long as you don't, like, alter the Moldorama or disfigure it, but if you're talking about, like, just, like, loose pieces of plastic, I think that's fine. Gashmaki, thank you for the super chat. It seems excessive that the Border Patrol agent seized your taser flashlight as well as issued you a fine. It has simply seized your item and gave you a certain warning and then charging you an excessive fine. Yeah, but, you know, I don't make the rules, right? I walked out of that situation happy because I thought I was going to get. First of all, there's a lot of things that I thought were going to happen that didn't happen. Number one, I thought I was going to get banned from Canada permanently. Two, I thought I was going to have to spend the night, if not multiple nights, in Canadian jail. So, yeah. I'm glad that didn't happen. Honestly, the process went pretty fast. I probably, I don't know. Canadian jail is better than Mexican jail. Well, I've not been to either, so they had like a little room they locked me in while I waited. Okay. Let's not rag on Mexico. For the love of God. I like Mexico. We don't have any snow where I'm at right now. Yeah, you're not allowed to have any sort of self defense, anything. I did have a baseball bat in the car too, but apparently that's okay. You can have a baseball bat, but you can't have like mace or tasers or anything like that. Ever contributing conditions. I mean, I grew up in northern Indiana, so I learned to drive in pretty bad snowing conditions. Suggested to visit the Deezerland Auto Museum. Maybe is it good? They got some good stuff. See, here's the thing about car museums. I don't. I don't want to see a bunch of old cars. Like, it just doesn't do anything for me. It just does. I don't know anything about a bunch of old expensive cars. Christopher Cook, thank you again for the super chat. Says, hey Jacob, it was abbreviating Lexington, but Lex, South Carolina. How will be September to October. Lexington's own pipe. Let's see where Lexington, South Carolina is. Lexington, South Carolina. I don't think I've ever been to Lexington, South Carolina. My computer's so slow. Is it? Any snacks or soda there tonight? I've got some Diet Orange soda in my little dorm fridge. I don't think it's my computer. Actually, I think it's the crappy internet. Okay, it looks like Lexington is outside of Columbia. When am I going back to Dollywood? I'm hoping I can maybe make it to Dollywood's opening day this year. Last year they canceled opening day. There was this whole pandemic thing. I think Dragon Con will happen this year. I don't know. I don't know. I try not to speculate too much because we don't know. What is the Mystery Hole, Simon? I think that's the Mystery Hole in West Virginia. Ventures Races, I'll be there opening day. Virus seems to be going in the right direction. Yeah, I mean, things down. That's the right direction, and that's where things are Tampa officially canceled Gasparilla. When is Gasparilla? Henry #1 fan. Yes, I've been to the Three Bears general store that has the Three Bears. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that we're still where we at right now with the pandemic. We're not out of the woods yet. A year later, I thought 2, 3, 4 weeks maybe when it first started. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. I'm planning on heading to Meow Wolf Denver in August. I definitely would like to check out Denver for the end of the year. Didn't I used to work in healthcare? I worked in child protective services, which is not healthcare. Ryan, so they canceled Gasparilla because people didn't know how to act at the Super Bowl. I mean, you hate to say it, it's bound to happen. People were gonna party, and there was no stopping it. Yes, I am definitely getting the COVID shot. Kristen Carlinson, scientists say that COVID will be around for 7 years. Yeah, but it's not the same. It'll be around, but in a manageable way, like the flu or a common cold. Geshmaki, was I armed when I worked at Child Protective Services? No. Child Protective Service workers are not armed. In fact, we're not allowed to be armed. We couldn't bring our own weapons from home. Yeah, Texas is shut down, but it's not because of COVID. It's because of snowvid. Peace, please. And since COVID came out, flu disappeared. Yeah, that was really crazy. Is that that barely anyone got the flu this year because everyone's wearing masks. And apparently, masks work even better than on the flu than it does on COVID because the flu particles are bigger. So I guess that's a plus, right? Right. Kyle Eberhard says you should do a tour of the crib. I did a tour a couple days ago. It's on my channel if you'd like to check it out. No, I haven't had COVID, luckily. David Suber says, have you ever been to the Terratarium in Oxford, Alabama? They have the dark ride over Panama City Beach. What is the Terratarium? I like that word. Terratarium. So I guess it's a haunted house. Most likely seasonal. Orlean DI says, I'm getting a tattoo of your little pin guy. Now, I can't officially endorse anyone get me tattooed on them. I wish haunted houses would just... I wish they'd be open more. Such like a narrow time to visit haunted houses. Right? Oh, yeah. So it has a Haunted Castle Dark Ride from the original Miracle Strip amusement park. Oh, that does sound cool. Tyler Johnson, thank you for the super chats. What's one of your favorite stories from your time in Indiana? I'll tell you what, not a lot of exciting things happen on my day in Indiana. Yeah, I can't think of a good Indiana story from the first 18 years of my life. Oh, man. I'm sure something interesting happened to me before I moved. Okay, I'm going to ask. We're not going to argue about COVID in the chat here. I'm not pointing out anyone in particular, but let's change the subject. Geshmaki says, Jacob, I would think that CPS social workers get involved in very dangerous situations. Anytime an official gets involved in a contentious family situation, the risk for violence is high. And you are 100% correct. Usually, if we anticipated, when I did CPS, if we anticipated like a violent, dangerous situation, we would bring out a police officer with us. I tried not to do that because I felt like bringing a police officer could potentially make the situation more contentious. And I'm not saying that I think a police officer is going to make the situation worse by their actions, but a lot of times certain people, if they see a police officer, it's gonna throw up some from feelings. So I thought me just approaching them as a social worker without a police officer in most situations I felt was the better choice. But sometimes you do need to take a police officer because police officers are there to, protect CPS workers. I've heard of the tunnels under Las Vegas. Apparently there's like a whole society under there. It's like mole people live under Las Vegas. Johnny 85 says, I can't believe they have mold-o-matic machines outside. Interesting. I'm trying to think if they keep them outside anywhere else. Yeah, I think in San Antonio they had them outside. I think Milwaukee and Brookfield, I think they tend to have them inside. Tommy Travels, thank you for the super chat. Says it's too bad there are so many haunted houses out there that don't allow filming. I'm trying to change their minds. I think it's a very old school mentality. I think as word gets out, I think people are slowly coming around to letting people film. JK says they opened up a Ripley's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a temporary Ripley's. Someone brought this up, and I thought they were crazy, but apparently it's like a I guess it's a Ripley's exhibit because it's supposed to going to be only be open like 2 years, and then they're going to close it. So it's not like a solid new Ripley's that's going to be there forever. But I guess it's a temporary Ripley's. Ryan, I do want to try to see if they'll let me film in Mortem Manor. They let Adam and Jackie film there. They wanted them to do the selfie shot. I would really see the the problem is I don't think selfie shot and the masks go good together, because when you're wearing a mask, you can't really see your expressions. So I'd be much more open to doing selfie style and tell him Hogan. Someone's asking about Hogan or Ric Flair. I probably bigger as a child. I was a much bigger Hulk Hogan fan than a Ric Flair fan. They grew up on WWF. Triumph the Insult Comic Dogs ever go to places that are duds and not worth a video? I mean, not very often. There has been a couple abandoned videos that just didn't come together. I need to shave, it looks like. Isaac Yankum, DDS. If I ever walked into a public restroom with my camera on. No. Now, I have filmed in public restrooms, but I always make sure the restroom is clear before I film anything. You don't want people getting the wrong ideas. Ryan Odell says Glenn Jacobs hated the Isaac Yankum gimmick. I can understand why. Obviously, that's a gimmick with a very short shelf life. You're never going to see world champion Isaac Yankum. Chris Hemsworth is going to play. I don't know who Chris Hemsworth is. Do I sleep in truck stops when there's no hotels close? No. John Cena versus young Hulk Hogan. I think Hogan would have won because Hogan always wins. Back then, young Hogan always won. Okay, so Chris Hemsworth was Thor. And he's going to be Hulk Hogan? Did I sleep good in the potato? Man, I slept better in that potato than I've slept anywhere else in my life. Jeff Jones says, I really need to talk to her. I need help. There's no help that I'm able to give. If you're having personal problems, please seek appropriate help. Ever consider being in movies? No. Doug Carpenter says, "Explain your obsession with Crocs." If I have to explain it to you, then you've never worn Crocs. Wade Richard says, "Please go to a Bigfoot museum." I've been to Bigfoot. I've been to several Bigfoot museums. Will I ever have my own Comic Con booth? No. They make KFC Crocs? Man, that would be awesome. Yeah, Hulk Hogan has never made a good movie. All the movies are pretty bad. Lemon Kate says, "Have I gone to a witch museum?" I've been to several witch museums. They have a lot of witch museums in Salem. Mercury Miss 92, thank you for the super chat. It says, "Hey, hope all is well. What are your top road trip snacks?" Would be boiled peanuts when you're going through the South is one of the number one road trip. And of course, you get the pickled sausages are always good. Addison Worshkovsky, thank you for the super chat. Says, "Hey, Mr. CB. I'm the guy you sent in the super chat about Silver Springs, Florida 2 weeks ago. If it makes it more enticing to you, there's a small creature from the Black Lagoon exhibit in taxidermy." That does make it. Let me see. What was it? Which springs is it? Let's see. What's it called? Silver Springs. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. See where Silver Springs, Florida is. Silver Springs, Florida. World famous glass bottom boats. That sounds pretty cool. We got manatees. We got the creature from the Black Lagoon. Maybe a little gator or two shows up every once in a while. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, Rocky 3 was a good movie with Hulk Hogan. Okay, I guess a movie. Oh, dang. Ocala? I was not too far from here. I think I don't think I was very far from here when I did my Dixie Highway road trip. Should have started then. Man, bummer. What I think of the guitar shaped hotel? It looked really cool. Really cool. Ken the Long Guy says, with as broken up as Dixie Highway is, was it hard to follow? Well, I used a website called Two Lane Traveler. There's a gentleman who meticulously mapped out where the Dixie Highway is, and that was absolutely the best source I could find. But it's still, it is tricky to stay on the Dixie Highway in some places. And then like sometimes it turns into a one-way road. It's going the wrong way. So Visit Canada. I imagine it's cold in Canada right now. Joey's Electric. I've never seen the Simpsons 4D experience. I've been to the Quickie Mart. Bird Channel says go to Times Square, New York. I did go to Times Square and filmed some of the sketchy characters there. It was 32 degrees here, so it wasn't like terrible. Gosh, I hope it's not like super cold in Vegas. That would suck. Jessica T says, "Do your Crocs with a band on the heel flipped up or flipped down?" I wear it. I keep it in sports mode. I keep the strap around the back of my heel. Do I miss social work? No. Is the ice cream museum still in existence? Let's check. Let's check and see if the Museum of Ice Cream is uh, is open right now. Looks like the Museum of Ice Cream's last stop was in New York City. Um, I don't think it's open. Someone asked if I think the Fiend returns on Sunday. I don't know. Like I was so bummed that the Fiend didn't show up at the Royal Rumble. Like the entire build up revolved around the Fiend, and they didn't even like mention. Wasn't even mentioned. Kind of pets do I have? Mostly cats. Mostly cats. Oh yeah, I love the Museum of Failure. That was a hoot. And that video still gets views. People like that video. No, I've not moved to Tuesdays permanently. I just have another family event occurring on Thursday, so unable to do a live stream then. So I'm doing it now. We'll see. I think I'll be back to Thursday. Next question. Geshmaki says, Jacob, serious question. I've been toying with the idea of going back to school and applying to the Columbia University School of Social Work, specializing in clinical social work. In your opinion, is clinical social work a rewarding career? It's hard for me to say. I did child protective services. Child protective services is rewarding in a lot of ways, but no one can do it forever. It is too taxing, too demanding. So I don't know. As far as clinical social work, maybe I really can't say. Raby. I actually did get a chance to go to the Natural Bridge Wax Museum before it closed. I was super bummed when that closed down. 4 million people without power in Texas. That is pretty scary. That is pretty scary. Bergeron says, "You take a child away from family." I mean, yeah, we removed children all the time. Was a regular occurrence. Did I feel bad? In every situation where I had to take a child away, I felt like it was the right thing to do. Ryan Denmore, I love Jillian Welsh. Eric Deck says Carpetbagger had a friend who was a social worker. He was always called in when police had to remove a child. Well, I mean, police don't, at least not in the state of North Carolina, police don't remove children. It's always up to social workers. And, a social worker does not make the decision to remove a child. They have to petition a judge in order to get permission to do that. Amber Horvath, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for taking the back roads. I took a lot of back roads when I did the Dixie Highway. It is intense doing back roads from the top to the bottom. Logan Welch, I'll go to Billy Bob's Wonderland next time I'm in the area. What was my favorite video I made this year? I had a lot of fun making the Gatorland Christmas video that for some reason didn't get as much views as other videos. What's the next trip? We're going to Las Vegas to enjoy the new opening of Meow Wolf. Pentagon admitted they had debris from an extraterrestrial vehicle. I certainly did not hear about that. Addison Warshowski, thank you again for the super chat. Says, okay, one more Silver Spring super chat. There are generations of wild rhesus monkeys there due to Tarzan being filmed there. That is pretty cool. Definitely. I do wish I would have checked that out when I was on the Dixie Highway. I don't know why I didn't or how that slipped my radar. Thorn Mage, thank you for the super chat. So I've ever been to the Anniston Museum of Natural History in Anniston, Alabama. Also, there's a giant chair somewhere in town. I've not been to the Natural History Museum, but I have been to the giant chair. Emily Nelson, thank you for the super chat. Ray B says, is it still difficult to visit a lot of places because of the pandemic? It is. It definitely is. Certain states, I mean, a lot of like the real big tourist states like Florida, Tennessee are pretty open, but a lot of other states are really locked down, like New York, California, very locked down. Geshmaki says, I'm not sure if you've ever price shop the prices for making a Hawaii trip for the channel, but there are some good deals one can find now and then. There are so many things that are right up your alley. Yeah, I've not really gotten to the point where I do want to go to Hawaii because I do want to be able to say that I've been to all 50 states. Do I get bored with all the driving? I don't love the driving. It's just a lot. I mean, it's intense. I do a lot of driving. And sometimes I'd rather just be there. Heard of the Chud Now Museum in Milwaukee? I've never heard of it. Ryan, yeah, John likes to drive. I don't know what his problem is, but when me and him went across country, he drove the whole way. I drove maybe a couple hours the whole trip. But I ever received a speeding ticket during one of my long road trips. Maybe once. Maybe once. I really don't drive that fast. Favorite haunted city? I don't know. I've always been told that Savannah was the most haunted city in America. But everyone always argues about that. Google how much my channel's worth. You'll be surprised. Why? What's it say? Yeah, some people say St. Augustine's the most haunted. There's a few others. Yeah, New Orleans, Savannah, St. Augustine. It's hard to say. Hard to say what there's a metric that makes a city the most haunted. When I scream in dark rides, I'm actually scared. Yeah, I am easily startled. Chris Saberton, thank you for the super chat. Says I'm a better person for watching your shows. Well, thank you. Emily Nelson says, "What's your favorite historical architecture?" I don't know. I can like mid-century stuff. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Ed Rosen, if you want to see the whole Boulderama collection, I just did a video where I showed off my Molderamas. Madison, Wisconsin has a toilet paper museum. I did not know that. Unfazed Review says, did you vlog when you used to work full time? I did. and it was very rough. It was hard. It was hard to balance between super hard trying to balance a full-time job, a family, and a like dream on a stick. Did I know that my net worth was 220,000? I can tell you that I did not. Where do they come up with these things? Like how would anyone on the internet know my net worth? They don't know what I own, what I have. I don't know how I spend my money. Yeah, I wouldn't believe anything you read about anyone's how much money anyone has on the internet. My go-to order from McDonald's. I have not been eating at McDonald's. I like binged on McRibs when they had McRibs, and I have not been back since. McDonald's is not my favorite, so I always kind of mix it up when I go to McDonald's. What era would I like to live in that isn't now? The era when COVID is over. No, COVID will be, I don't say gone, but COVID will be controlled. Yeah, definitely feel bad for anyone who has to deal with this snowstorm and this horrendous cold. And gosh, people's power being out is really a terrifying thought. Yeah, I mean, I would rather not wear a mask if we get to that point, but I'm really willing to wear a mask, like to do anything. As long as I can do stuff, I'll wear a mask. So Adam is stuck in Texas. I have not been watching Adam's videos. Maybe I need to check in. Yeah, if you go to the very beginning of my channel, you can see a few experimental videos, me kind of trying to figure out what I wanted the channel to be. I don't know if I don't know. Does any channel, I don't know if any channel knows what it wants to be right off the bat. Can I see myself running out of places to visit? Sometimes it feels like I'm running out of places. Oh, Craig, he says, do more zoos. Like a lot of people said do more zoos, so we'll see. The views, I mean, the views weren't extraordinary, but yeah, we can definitely look into doing some more zoos. Let's see. been to Japan. No, I haven't been overseas. Been to Canada and Mexico, but that's about as far from America as I've been. Story of the pheasant on the wall. I think that's a duck. A friend of mine I worked with gave that to me. Dr. Fauci says wear two masks right now. I've seen that. I've just been wearing one. Maybe I'll start wearing two. I don't know. Seems like some people are having a hard time wearing one mask. uh, Sushi or McRib, only one can stay. That's a real Sophie's choice. Ed Rosen, you're not supposed to do that. Apparently, you can risk having both of them come off. Hannah Dickinson says, I've not seen any of your kids in your videos. Well, keep watching videos. Go back and watch videos, and you'll find them eventually. Can't believe how different I look. I don't know that I've changed that much, have I? How many kids? I have two kids. Yeah, sometimes like stuff I like to film, stuff that I think is the best videos, maybe people don't care as much about, but some stuff that I think isn't maybe top level stuff people really like, so it's hard to gauge. Yeah, I do. I would like to do some more videos with John from Exploration Unknown. I don't know. I feel like the past year it's just been hard to keep in touch with everybody. I feel like I've just not been really that connected with anyone. Just kind of out here on an island by myself. Danny's Magical Mission. Yeah, so many things have closed down this year. It really is a bummer. Crystal Turner, so Willy's Wonderland is great. I was gonna watch it, but like it's $20 to stream it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait, see if it goes down. Kayla B, I will not be at the Knoxville Oddities Expo. I have family coming in town that will prevent me from visiting. I really would have loved to gone, but I have prior commitments. Yeah, Danny's Magical Missions is Roadside America, Gulliver's Gates, Guinness World Records. Yeah, all gone. Gosh, yeah. And sometimes these places you just never know. Just one day they're there, one day they're not. In Gatlinburg area, you've had almost 1 year. We've lost Guinness World Records, World of Illusions, Christ in the Smokies, And Sweet Fanny Adams. I don't know. I just worry that they're all going to be replaced with like lame attractions. If that makes sense. Logan Lewis says, "Have you ever done a tour of your own house?" I've done a tour of the bunker, but I can't really show the rest of the house because, that puts my family's safety at risk. Denise Ellison said, "I heard Ripley's was closed." You have to be more specific than that. Ripley's what? I have a lot from the Henry Ford. I think I have all the ones from the Henry Ford Museum. All the Moldoramas from the Henry Ford Museum. David R says, "You watching the YouTube channels?" I don't watch. I don't really watch vlogs. I just can't. My life is too much of a vlog. Just can't watch vlogs all day. VLR8 says, "Thank you for the super chat. Is any food challenges in the works?" Not really. Emily Nelson, thank you again for the super chat. Little dancing pear. What would do the pears? Like, why did they choose pears? What is my editing program? I use a program called Movavi. Ryan says, "You got to go out there and vlog yourself. Can't imagine you not having any time." Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't have time to watch vlogs. I mean, I'm glad that people love vlogs because that I'd be in trouble if people didn't. But John Weiner says, "Saw your video of Knoebels and you mentioned it was the best value park. You should check out Bay Beach in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Most expensive ride is $1 for a roller coaster. That's crazy." Crystal Turner says, "Last movie I saw in the theater was The Emancipation of Harley Quinn." Oh, I think the last movie I saw in a movie theater. No, actually, I think the last movie I saw in a movie theater was House on Haunted Hill. When I went, my friend Shane does his spook show in Atlanta. They played House on Haunted Hill in Amerigo. David R says, "What's the most asked question in the history of your live streams? Why you call Carpetbagger, and yeah, probably why you call Carpetbagger." Do they sell Skyline chili at my grocery store? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Yes, Ryan, the Vincent Price version. I think I think I haven't seen the new one. The 1990s one was crap on a stick. Kashmaki says, "Good night, Jacob. I have to check out. I've been here online since you started streaming. I have to go to bed. I've been up since midnight arguing with my girlfriend." Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't waste too much time in your life arguing. It's destructive. Red pandas or chimpanzees? What's the question? Who would win in a fight? Which one do I like better? I don't know. Casa Bonita has not opened. It's hard. It's a restaurant. It's hard to open restaurants. Oh, they've actually got a huge dining room. But, everyone wants to sit by the cliff divers. Ron says, I said giant. Did I say giant pandas were jerks? Yeah, I think they are. Seth Crawford, thank you for the super chats. I think you should totally cover zoo, especially San Diego and Cincinnati. Bill's Mafia, thank you for the insanely generous super chat. It says, I've sent you pictures of my backyard jailhouse at Texaco Station filled with artifacts, Chris crossing country, pinball, and arcade, thinking about making it a roadside attraction, but I'm not yet. I live right over the border of NC. Come visit. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. How did you shoot me? The best way to get in touch with me, shoot me an email. A good old-fashioned email. JacobTheCarpetbagger@gmail. And maybe we can figure something out. I would love to think about making a future roadside attraction. And thank you for your very, very generous super chat. Favorite shirt I got from a roadside attraction? Here's one of my favorites. I have the Creature in the Ice from the Museum of the Weird in Texas. I don't know. That's kind of eerie if you think about it, though. Encased in ice in Texas. The entire state of Texas is now encased in ice. Creepy stuff. Hopefully the temperature will raise in Texas, and you guys can get out of that nightmare. Ryan, I don't know why they don't let you to film the Creature in the Ice. I don't know. I think maybe they want like one. I think they want maybe like one thing that like people don't have a picture of or a video of. Do I own a mold drum machine? No. I don't have that kind of money. How do you keep from spilling food on your shirt? Normally I just spill it. Why don't more cocaine animals exist? Well, I'm glad that there's not that many animals that overdose on cocaine. While these were like an old bottle of DDT. I don't know. Is that even allowed to? Are you even allowed to own that? Outdoor Gravity Park at Pigeon Forge. I've been to Louisville Zoo. I've not been to a ton of zoos. Wonderful explorers. I reside in the North Carolina mountains, not too far from the Tennessee mountains. Who's my favorite president? You know, let's not get into. No matter what I say, someone will be mad. Is it better to live in North Carolina? I mean, I don't know. Not necessarily. Just where I happen to live. If I ever eat an emu, I actually have a long time ago. It's red meat. It's more like beef than chicken. Do I think any cryptids could exist? I'd like to keep faith. Candace Stackhouse says I put your videos on for my baby's nap. Your velvety voice helps them sleep longer. I have a real hard time imagining that I have a velvety voice. A thick Midwestern accent helps babies sleep. Favorite trash horror movie? What's a trash horror movie? Is that like just like a B movie, like a low budget? Ever consider moving back to the Midwest? No. All this talk of snow. This is reminding me why I don't live in the Midwest to begin with. Talk like I'm like I don't know. I prefer to throw my voice out. Midwest accent is the standard American accent. I've heard that before, but I don't know if that's really true. I don't know if you like a real Midwestern accent. Do I dislike Indiana for weather or for other reasons? Mostly weather. Tyler Johnson, thank you for these super chats. What's the nicest hotel you've ever stayed at? The nicest hotel I've ever stayed at. I stayed at a really expensive hotel once that my former stepmom worked at. I don't know. Fancy hotels aren't as they aren't as much nicer than they'd like you to believe. King K. Rool or Bowser? Well, King K. Rool is just a ripoff of Bowser. Said Onion says, when can we get an updated bunker tour? I did one like a week ago. I promise you, not much has changed. Yeah, so the fancy hotels are just like movie theaters. Yeah, they look fancy on the outside, but like you get in the rooms and there's not much difference. Like the rooms are like not bigger. I mean, I feel like you can get a good hotel room for and not spend a ton of money. Yeah, and what Ryan said, a clean hotel room is the most important thing. Crystal Turner. So next time you're in PDX, check out Stark's Vacuum Cleaner Museum. Wow, that means that there are at least 3 vacuum cleaner museums in the United States. Popcorn Museum in Holland, Ohio. Yeah, sometimes you'll end up paying a lot for a hotel room and it'll be really crappy. Emily else asked if I have paranormal experience. Look up Carpetbagger and Paranormal Experience. I think that should bring it up. Ryan, yes, I did enjoy the museum. Museum of Cleaning, really a top-notch attraction. It's a very fun attraction. Sounds dumb, but it's not. It's awesome. Corbin Milan, thank you for the super chat. And you know what? I think that's my favorite attractions. The ones that sound dumb, but are awesome. There's been quite a variety of what hotels with free breakfast are doing. Some are just like handing out little bags of muffins. Some are still doing the full free breakfast. Usually they just don't. They have like an attendant that gets your food for you. Sad Onion says, "Are you as nice as you appear to be?" I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge. I guess you have to ask people that know me. Have I been messed with for videotaping a museum? It's been minor, like little tiffs, but they are what they are. C4 Defense, how are you doing, buddy? Now that I've been to Graceland, will I ever go back? I don't know. Maybe I've seen it. Why do I only have 4 figures in the intro? Maybe they're easier to animate, would be my guess. You have to ask Creaties. If it's good enough for The Simpsons, it's good enough for me. Do I see myself making YouTube videos for years to come? I hope so. If I stop, it's probably not a good thing. My next big adventure, I'm going to be going to Las Vegas, mainly to experience Meow Wolf. But, you know, we will... there's got to be other stuff to do in Vegas, right? Yeah, I know Gun Town's for sale. Hope someone cool buys it. I'm a fan of the show Supernatural. I watched a few episodes and didn't really get into it. And like I was getting irritated about like how off some of the supernatural creatures were. I was like, oh, I really want to see the episode about the Wendigo, but yeah, didn't really. It didn't even have antlers. I haven't watched that many episodes of X-Files. Mr. Midnight says, do you know you can play Magic online with people? I did know that. I just don't have time. Something I wish I had a lot more of. I don't have any more. I've gotten rid of all my Magic cards. I don't have any anymore. I sold them a while ago. I don't dance on command. I'm not a monkey. Yeah, someone said a lot of the Moldoramas were down at the Knoxville Zoo. That's because there's literally, for the Moldomatic company, there's literally 2 employees. And they live in Central Florida. So they probably don't make it out to Knoxville all that often. I heard that Knoxville used to maintain their own machines. When I get ordained to marry a couple of fans of mine, I don't know. That's a huge responsibility. I think John's ordained. C4 Defense does Knox County. He has a county mayor. That's an odd concept for me. Yeah, I never quite understood that when Glenn Jacobs Kane was running for mayor of Knox County, I was always kind of wondering, why does the county have a mayor? Because I don't know how things work in Tennessee, but here in North Carolina, a town has a mayor, a county generally has a county manager, and the county manager is usually what's that, appointed by a, what you call them? What are those losers called? Town council, or not town councilmen, county commissioners. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Haywood County Commissioners. Won't go into too much politics, but this county is run by people that, yeah, don't know how to run a county. Any roller coasting in Vegas? They have the what's it called? The roller coaster at New York, New York. There are toll roads on the Dixie Highway. I don't think so. There may. Trying to think. No, I think it avoids the toll roads. I was wondering if it had a toll road near Orlando, but I don't think it does. What's better, Kansas or Arkansas? I don't know. I have to see more of Kansas. No, I'm not a fan of. Oh yeah, what is that? Where is that in Texas? Where they try to get you to? I think it's like the Dallas Fort Worth area, where like they have like part of the road is a toll road, and it's part of it's not, and like to drive on the main part, you have to pay. It's like what? I don't know. Nick Kubishoff, it's been a while since I've checked in. Are you full time YouTube now? Oh, yeah, I've been full time for 3 years. What's the most intriguing war historically for me? I don't know. I mean, the Civil War is always, is really embedded in American history because everyone that fought in it was American. All right, so it seems like people like the zoo video. Okay, not as much as some of the other videos, but got some fairly positive feedback. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, who said that? Mike Lawler says the New York roller coaster is like riding a rough wooden roller coaster. I've heard some people say it's like the worst roller coaster in the country, but I don't know exactly. I don't understand exactly why. I've never been on it. What is my limit with coasters? Generally, my rule is I'll ride a coaster if they let me film on it. So it's supposed to be painfully rough. I know they got some new cars on it. John Leonard. Yeah, Milwaukee Zoo has a quite a few Moldoramas. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting a little sleepy. I got family coming into town tomorrow, so appreciate it. I'll be leaving for Vegas pretty soon, and hopefully you guys. I got one video coming out before I leave for Vegas, but hope you guys will enjoy my trip, and thank you. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for all the generous super chats. And until next time, this one's in the bag.